What's up, everybody? Welcome to Bananas Unpeeled Live. This is the first ever episode that we are doing on Facebook Live. However, if you are listening on the podcast or watching on YouTube, we thank you guys for watching that. But we are going completely live today. We just went to Social Media Marketing World about 2 weeks ago and got back, and we are trying to go more live, more real, behind the scenes. And today's episode is going to feature the one, the only, Emily Cole, and potentially Maverick Cole. So if you're watching Facebook Live, please send us questions, send us comments. We will answer them at the end of the show, but chime in. Whatever questions you have for Jesse, whatever questions you have for Emily, whatever questions you have for Maverick,
yes,
put those in. We'll answer them at the end of the show, but this is going to be an awesome episode. Are you ready to go live?
We are going where the Bananas have never gone before.
Yes.
And then by having an 11-month-old on the show, that is also going where the Bananas have never been before as well.
Who can't talk. So if you're listening on the podcast and you're wondering why there's just dead silence or mumbling, that is most likely Maverick or Jesse. So here's the framework of the show. Basically, Jesse and I are going to talk about Emily, and then we're going to kick Jesse off. And we're going to bring Emily on and get the real side of the story. And then my favorite part of this, I'm going to be able to sit in the middle of both Emily and Jesse and ask ridiculous questions, and we'll see if they actually do know each other.
Which, for the record, you are often in the middle between me and Emily.
Yes.
So I say something ridiculous, Emily's more sane, and you're just like, I don't know what to do.
Yes. Let's find out, like, are you scared of this episode?
Oh yeah, Emily knows more about me than anybody, so what she could tell Bananas fans is probably very incriminating, scary, and I may lose some friends tonight.
Yeah, what I'm hoping it happens on this show, and hope people, when they watch and they listen, is realize that probably the past however many episodes we've done are all crap. And they realize that now the truth will come out here in the last 20 minutes when we actually bring her on and realize the other 95% of the stories that we tell.
Yeah, because this is like the real behind the scenes when you bring Emily in. And you know, it's actually interesting because, yes, I'm the guy in the yellow tuxedo.
Yes.
But Emily has been, you know, here every step of the way.
Yes.
And she is an unsung hero in this team. And yes, I am a little biased.
Yes.
But, you know, people don't know what she went through and what she did to come here and the role she plays with this team.
Right.
Because she doesn't want all the fame. She just does it because she loves it, which is really cool.
What transition did you see in the business with her being in it from, you know, Gastonia starting out in that operation? I mean, it was literally the three of us, myself, you, and Emily.
Jared, you were with us for 6 months.
Yes.
You keep saying it was the three of us. It was 6 months.
At a point in time, it was the three of us. Yes. Right. At a certain point in time, there was three of us. But for the beginning, it was two of you.
Yes.
Me and then so maybe talk through people. What was that transition like when y'all were just a small operation in Gastonia to now 10, 12, 14 people full time here in Savannah?
Well, just long story short, people don't know the story of how me and Emily got together.
Yes.
You know, we were hosting a conference with our team in Gastonia in 2009, and with all minor league teams. Yes. And I was just talking about all the craziness, the grandma beauty pageant, the dancing players, and her boss was there. Emily was working for the Augusta Green Jackets here in Georgia,
right?
And her boss heard me talk about the shenanigans and called her that night and said, I met the guy you're gonna marry. That's how our relationship started. But it didn't start just as a relationship.
Right.
We started talking in the industry. And then she left one of the teams she was with in Vermont and came to Gastonia. And we were interested in each other,
right,
for both business purposes and personal purposes. But this was as much Emily as anything. She became the director of fun, the first ever director of fun.
Yes.
And you know, it was back in 2012. And we kept it a secret.
Right.
For 1 whole year.
Right.
We didn't tell anybody that we were dating because we wanted her to get the respect in the industry. Right. So that was crazy, that first year. And then after that year, we're like, all right, people like Emily, and we started letting people know we're together. And most people were like, we already knew that, Jesse, because they could tell.
I'll ask her when she comes on if she remembers this, but I remember when I first started and she and I were working in the ticket booth together, and one of the first weeks, like maybe the first day she was there, she goes, I just want to let you know, like, you know, Jesse and I are like, we have a relationship. And in the back of my head was like, well, yeah, it's pretty obvious. I mean, I don't know what you're announcing to me here. Like, I get it. But then transition to how did that change, you know, her role in our company as we moved to Savannah, because it just got massively larger, and we were taking on things that we all admit to this day had no idea what we were doing. Oh, yeah. Where did she come in, and what were those roles that she played for us as a company in Savannah?
The first year when we first started, she took on every role.
Literally.
She took on the finance, she took on the sponsorship, she sold the tickets, she did everything. And the hiring is really what her specialty was. She learned how to talk to interns, how to talk to professors, how to bring on people that care, because that's who Emily is. And so when we got to Savannah, it was her role to literally figure out who we were bringing on board, how we were going to take care of them, and really what our whole HR of Fans First is. And I think when you look at Fans First in our company, it's the people that matter most.
Yes.
And Emily has taught me more, and I think this whole group more about caring for people, being there for them, and caring more for them as people than they are as employees. And that has been her role. And I think as she took on the first year everything when we came to Savannah, she was in the concession stand, she was hiring, she was running the whole operation. Now she's been more of a mentor role, which the office is better when she's here.
1,000%.
It's tougher with Maverick because she can't be here all the time, but the office is better when she's here. I don't know how she's going to be on Facebook Live, especially if Maverick comes on, but it's been a great relationship. You've seen it more, how it's worked in her partnership.
Yeah, 1,000%. And if nobody knows this story, she was actually the inventor of the slippery banana.
No way.
Yes.
I didn't know that.
Most likely. A lot of people don't know that.
She doesn't even really drink.
She doesn't, but her and the slippery banana was founded at Coach's Corner down the street, and she was a part of that initial meeting.
Wow.
Random fact. People don't know. So then, if we move forward to where we're at today as the company, like how important or how different is it for you working with your spouse?
Well, my mind is always into the craziness, the crazy ideas. And she is kind of a buffer. So most days I'll come and say, Emily, I got this idea. She goes, ooh, Jesse, I don't know how that's going to work with everyone. So she's that good buffer that really keeps it... She gives me ideas on how I can approach you about...
Again, it comes back to me.
Yeah, well, you or the team and how it can work. But no, I think like the word liaison doesn't do justice, but the liaison to someone like me and you who think about these ideas and how to do crazy things in the industry, she knows how to actually connect with our people and say, hey, this is why they're thinking like this. And they're like, oh, all right, now I understand, because what he was saying made zero sense. Like, that's her. And I think as we move forward, every day when she comes in, she's walking with our people and talking with our people. So that's the serious role, but she adds a lot of fun into the office, which is good as well.
That's awesome. So that's what this is going to be about.
Yes.
That's your half of this.
So I'm not getting kicked off.
And you're getting kicked off now because the most important part is that we actually have one-on-one sit-down with Emily. Now we are going to be bringing Jesse back, and he's going to be a part of a little game that we're going to play. I'm going to sit in the middle. We're going to ask some ridiculous questions and see if they know each other. But congratulations, you're done.
I'm down getting kicked off. But we also need to write questions for Emily, because there's probably a lot of questions.
Please ask questions.
So we'll get to those at the end.
If you'd like to text Jesse live on the show or after the show, you can text him at 781-424-2499. Cannot promise that he will answer your questions. If you want your questions answered, leave them in the comments.
All right, so here comes Emily. I'm going to Maverick duty.
Thanks. And we're back. What's up?
We're back.
Hey, this was live.
Yay. We're still on.
Welcome to Facebook Live. Welcome to podcast. Welcome to YouTube. Welcome to our show.
Yes.
Here's the deal.
I feel like a celebrity.
Yes, you are a celebrity. Here's the deal.
Exciting.
Facebook Live, Bananas Unpeeled, we are going behind the scenes of who the Savannah Bananas are. And again, people, we're trying to get y'all access to our people behind the scenes, what this place is about. If you do not know Emily Cole, you now will, because we're going to find out all the backstory, all the information. Give people just how you got started in baseball. Obviously, Jesse kind of told the story of how y'all met, but like, you've been in baseball for a long time. This is not your first rodeo.
Yeah, so contrary to popular belief, Jesse is not what got me into this industry. I was my own person before darling Jesse came along, and had been working in the industry for a few years, actually, when I met him. So I started with Ripken Baseball and was working at a team in Augusta, which is when Jesse and I actually first connected. So yeah, I had a couple years under my belt in this world first.
So, and you and I both have worked in minor league baseball, and now we've seen what the red tape is like with them, and like how terrible it is from like a creativity standpoint and just a strain on your mind. Transition that to like what we do now. Did you ever, and we'll get into the engagement story and all that, but did you ever imagine that you would have the ability to have this much creativity and this much like, quote unquote ownership? I know you own the team, but like this much just ownership of all the ideas that can come forth.
Right. Well, so when you're starting out in any job, you're 22 and everyone, the world is your oyster. I mean, you have no idea what's out there. So I was in the baseball industry, and that's truly what it is in minor league baseball. There are some perks for minor league baseball, but there are a lot of drawbacks, and that was the red tape. And so here I am at 22, gung-ho out of college, super excited for my industry, this passion that I had found. And there were a lot of times that it was a no. A lot of times we were told no to the ideas that we came up with, things that we couldn't do. The Major League Club is saying, no, you can't do that. So it was almost disheartening to a degree in not being able to live out what you wanted to do. So fast forward to the relationship that we all start in this league, and just the opportunities are endless, and it was crazy. So people look at us like, you're so young, how are you guys doing this? But I feel like we're lucky because we still have that passion as people do when they're first out of college, and we were able to kind of rein that in at a young age and roll with it.
Yeah, and again, my backstory a little bit, like working with the Royals, it was the same thing. It was, hey, we want the players to do this. Well, you got to ask this person, this person, this person. And then here in Savannah, it's like, we're going to have the players dress up in kilts and play a baseball game. And it just totally is wildly separated between what happens in quote unquote professional baseball and what we do here. So then you guys get engaged. You and Jesse get engaged at a game with fireworks, 5 seconds. Did you even understand what that moment was like? And leading us to literally here today. Like, that engagement led us to now sitting here today doing this interview.
Yeah, it's wild.
Do you even put that together?
No. I mean, the world can take you on crazy paths, and you pivot and you end up somewhere you never thought you were going to be, and that's what happened. We got engaged in 2014. Jesse had never even been to the city of Savannah.
Yeah.
And, I mean, fast forward a couple years, our life is here. I mean, so things do happen really quickly. So, yeah, the story in a nutshell was he proposed. It was an epic proposal. I feel bad for guys because, seriously, you guys have a lot of pressure for these proposals. Poor kids now are even having to do it for, like, prom. We didn't have that. But anyways, huge proposal. I mean, he stopped a game and had fireworks go off. Like, a lot of things have to go on for that. There's a lot of homework.
To stop a baseball game.
To stop the game, first of all, you have to get permits. You have to talk to the fire department. Like, there's a lot of steps that you have to go through to do something that big. So at the end of it, I was like, I feel like I should do something to you, like take you out to dinner or something. So I ended up planning a vacation to Savannah, just a weekend getaway to celebrate the engagement. That's how this all happened. We are ballpark junkies. Whatever city we go to, we end up going to check out the stadium. We came to a game. Everyone knows the story, small crowd, beautiful stadium, and we just had this notion of, hey, we should try to come here someday if the opportunity ever arises. Yeah. Again, we're in our mid-20s at this point. We didn't know that this was going to be in 2 years. Yeah. But sure enough, you find something that you love, you hold on to it, and the opportunity opened up. So
it's so like I think about all the things that have happened leading up to this, and it is just truly mind-blowing that we're all sitting here in Savannah doing this, because so many things happen between myself going to school in Charlotte, randomly meeting you guys, the engagement, you guys coming on a trip to Savannah, team leaving, here we are, and 4,000 people every single night just totally freaking out over this.
Well, Ann, I'm going to jump in. We weren't going to come if you didn't get on board. Seriously.
If Kelsey didn't get on board.
And Kelsey was a big part of that, and we knew and loved Kelsey at that point, but we had this opportunity, but we also knew, hey, Jesse and I cannot be the only people at this team. Right. We are not going to be an owner-dependent company. We're not going to be the only people running this thing. Remember that guy who we loved a couple years ago? Let's call him. Let's see if he's still in. And we had stayed in touch with Jared. Right. So we invited you and Kelsey to Charlotte. Yep. We had a long talk about it. And if it was a no from you, we were really contemplating not coming, because we weren't going to have a leader at the helm who we trusted. Yeah. With your blessing, with Kelsey's blessing, then it was a go.
And that was a big deal. I mean, for us, it was like, we realized that y'all cared for us more about will they do a good job, as opposed to will they be happy here? Will they enjoy it? We're all moving down here with no family, no connections, no friends, no nothing, and we're all just gonna go and see what happens. And so that was a huge moment for us. I'll never forget. We were downtown Charlotte, right near y'all's house, and we went out to dinner, and it was like y'all were more focused on, is Kelsey gonna be happy with this than is Jared excited about going to Savannah, and that was a huge deal. So then let's get into season 1. If you can get rid of the blackout moments, and hopefully there's no anxiety that comes. Favorite moment from the first season, if you have anything.
Yeah, there were multiple times where I just remember it storming, pouring, and there still being 1 million people here. And we had never been through that before. At ballparks we'd been to in the past, I mean, you watch the forecast, and in my years in minor league baseball, we truly watched the Weather Channel, and if it was going to rain, you just planned on not really doing anything that night. Nobody was going to come. You just hung out in your office, literally, because there wasn't going to be anybody in the ballpark. So it was a total mindset change of, oh, it's raining. Oh, that's okay. 4,000 people want to get wet with us and hang out. And so just every time it rained, I remember being like, this is a phenomenon. People still want to be here.
Right.
And so all of those nights, I think, were really imprinted in my mind.
And then I think for us, it was like, there were some major, major challenges. I mean, this was just, we got beat up. We got, you know, it was every single night was a new challenge, new fire, new problem, new issue, trying to feed 4,000. I mean, most of our stadiums that we had worked in were 1,000 people, 2,000 people. Those were our biggest crowds, maybe 3,000 people on a big night, but not all you can eat, not 4,000 plus people, not in a stadium we never worked before. And so those were some big challenges, but did you feel like that the fans and the fans that are watching, did you feel like they forgave us, like over and over and over again? That was kind of the feeling I had. I don't know if you felt that as well.
And it's a testament, I mean, to you guys, seriously, thank you for giving us another chance and another chance, and they're still coming. So I know that they forgave us for that. They knew we were working through some bumps. That first year was crazy. I mean, you and I were truly firefighters. Yeah. We would be running past each other to another side of the ballpark because something happened that we never even imagined. I mean, this thing was so much bigger than we imagined, and so, yes, I hope that they have moved on and forgotten those. I've forgotten those bad moments because there are so many good moments now. But that first year was a rough start.
All right, now this story, I don't even know if people maybe know this or not. Maverick was the first banana baby of last year. Yeah. You fought that entirely. Like, he was, how old? 3 weeks?
Yeah,
4 weeks?
Not even 3 weeks old.
Walk through the process of Jesse asking, you know, he's going to be a banana baby, he's going to be a banana baby, and you saying he's 3 weeks old, he is not going to be the banana baby. Right. What was that like?
So, to back up a little bit, he was born in North Carolina, just outside of Charlotte, because that's where my doctor had been for years and whom I trusted. And so that was just, you know, where we were comfortable going at that time when I got pregnant. And so he was born in North Carolina. It usually takes a couple weeks to get cleared.
Yes.
Long story short, we had a very emergency labor delivery. I mean, didn't know what was going to happen to either myself or Maverick. Very scary time. Fast forward, you know, 2.5 weeks, we're literally packed up in the car driving to Savannah for the summer.
For opening night.
For opening night. We have a kid in the back that we don't even know what we're doing with, and we're on a 6-hour road trip. I mean, it was chaos. Also, Jesse's chirping in my ear about what we're going to dress him up as to take him on the field. I mean, I'm trying to wrap my head around, like, coming off pain medication and being a mom. And he's like, okay, do we have a banana suit that's small enough to fit him in? And it just was mind-blowing to me that that's what we were focusing on. But we did say that if we were going to have children, we were going to bring them into our life and that we were not going to baby them. They were not going to stay home. They were not going to change our world. So, lo and behold, a couple weeks old, Maverick's on the field in a suit. In front of our
and there are videos of this, there are pictures of this. It is well documented that he was the banana baby on opening night. And this happens more often than not. I think people get myself and Jesse confused, you and Kelsey confused. And so many people came up to me congratulating me on my child being the banana baby. And I had to quickly remind them, you know, how's the child? You know, good, I think. Not mine. But if you want me to check up on him, I guess I can. So he's the banana baby.
He is. Yeah.
Talk us through like how I guess that changed you and how you worked with our people in the office. Like, you're a mom now, but you're also working in an office with 10 to 12 people that are, you know, 5 to 10 years younger than you. How did that change your outlook on how you work with us in the office?
So again, having a kid was a big deal for us. I mean, we waited till we were in our 30s, and we did that for a few reasons, but we didn't want it to change who we were. And so I wanted to make sure that I was still the business person that I was. I still had conversations with adults. I was still involved in the business. That was important to both of us, just so I could keep my sanity, because I was go hard for our teams for about 10 years. And so I knew just shutting it off cold turkey would have been hard. So we had that transitional period where I was here a lot with Maverick last summer because he was like a month old. So I was here. It was a little difficult for me because I am very operational minded, just as Jared is. We are the ones usually behind the scenes, helping in the grill, helping in the concession stands, helping in the restrooms, you know, doing that sort of thing. So last year I'm pushing a stroller around, and I kept having to say to myself, okay, don't leave the stroller. don't leave the stroller. Like you can't run and put out this fire, because instinctively we do.
Yes.
For years,
Yes.
for a decade, we've been the one that people call over the radio and we take off and we go fix something. And so it's very hard for me to remember, like, for 3 weeks now, you've been in charge of this human, and you have to retrain what you've been knowing, what you've done for 10 years. So it was an interesting transition, but fortunately I was still able to be at the ballpark, and I think that helped. And now, have sort of taken on a mentor role. Everyone in the office is a little bit younger than us, so we know that they're going to be at the stage we're in just a few years. And so if we can provide just any insight, to you guys who are welcoming your first baby soon, and anybody else in the office, then we want to be that kind of older brother, sister kind of mentor. And so I've definitely backed off on ours, but hopefully the depth of our relationship will continue as our relationship changes from just business mentor to also family mentor.
Yeah, and then it's almost like you get to learn how to trust other people to take those things on, and then sit back and really get a different vantage point of like, this is how the business is operating.
Yeah.
Now I'm standing back, seeing things happen, and then hopefully trusting our people to go make those same decisions that you would make, and just not make them.
Yeah.
You get to see somebody else make them.
It was a great lesson for us. Again, we've always wanted to say we're not an owner-dependent company, but the three of us were making a lot of the decisions, and we're doing a lot of the things.
Yeah.
And so last year when I was like, stay by the stroller, it helped me stay out of the concession stand, but see it from the outside.
Yes.
I was literally standing in line like a fan. And so I was seeing things from a different perspective. And I think that did help. And hopefully we can continue to take a step back to trust people to take things over for us.
All right, last thing, because this literally just happened. Marie got back. Marie Gentry, one of our sponsor services, director of Fans First. She just got back from a trip from Ireland.
She did.
And you're an expert on poems. I don't want you to have to recite a poem right now. But anyways, anytime we give something to someone, Emily writes this immaculate poem, like 57 sentences. What I want to get into is we've sent people. You guys surprised me with a trip to Chicago. We've sent people to the World Series. We've sent people to Ireland. We're sending people to Kiss concerts. Why are those things important, and why do you get so much enjoyment out of seeing people receive those type things?
Jesse and I believe that experiences mean more than dollars.
Yeah.
In our life, Jesse and I, this is a fun fact, have never exchanged a gift.
Yeah.
We've never wrapped something and given it to each other in our whole relationship. Just because from the very beginning we said, hey, we want to build memories together.
Yeah.
We are not materialistic people. I mean, we work in a ballpark. We are not fancy people. We don't live fancy lives. So for us, it was never about the things. It was about the experiences. And so we wanted to pass that on to our people, to our family, our work family here. We knew that those experiences, long after, they've been with us, they will probably move on and have wonderful lives, and we'll be in the rearview mirror. But we know that looking back, they'll remember the fun times that we helped them experience, rather than, the $100 bonus or the $1,000 raise or whatever. Those things are gone and forgotten about after a few days. The experiences that you and your wife or whomever get to do, hopefully those pictures come back up in those memories, and they'll remember the time with us both fondly, and also just whoever they were with. So,
And then, I don't know if we've told this over before, but 2 years ago, as a staff, we decided to reciprocate that to Emily and Jesse and completely surprise them with an experience and an event at not their home, but someone else's home. I don't want to brag on ourselves, but
it was awesome. You should.
It was a really cool thing. Emily will tell the story because we knew that they don't care about gifts. They don't care about here's a gift card to your favorite restaurant. We decided to put on an event for them, so you can tell that story.
The staff planned a postseason barbecue. And, I'm kind of the mom of the group. I'm a little bit older. I love cooking.
I forgot about this part.
So I'm always so excited when we get together to do things, which we do often. I mean, the cool thing about our office, we are friends outside of the office. We hang out all the time. So there's an off day, we're having a barbecue. It's nothing new. But everyone was planning what they were going to bring and talking about it so that it sounded normal. And they told me to bring paper plates. And I was saddened. I was offended because I always cook things.
She likes to cook.
And they're like, no, you don't need to bring anything. And then I was like, what? That's hurtful. And then they were like, well, okay, paper plates. And I was like, that's even worse.
Yeah,
they don't trust me with anything anymore. So I was kind of bummed out. I was like, I can't even contribute. So anyways, we show up and they have planned a step-by-step amazing fans first experience for us. From penguins waving us down the road as our parking penguins, just like we do here at the ballpark, to ticket greeters wearing banana costumes. They had set up a special 2-ticket VIP candlelit dinner for us on one of our staff members' back patios, and it was awesome. They paid attention over the last few months to our favorite drinks, our favorite foods, and they were in the kitchen as a group cooking it together and coming out and serving us drinks. Jared was dressed up as our maitre d' in a beautiful bananas tie, I think.
Terrible bananas tie.
And they're recording it, and the ops team's on the walkie-talkies talking to each other, but the whole thing step by step was just a fans first experience. So everything that we try to do here at the ballpark, they lived out for us, and it was an amazing memory. They gifted us with a book and a video so that we could remember it, and yes, better than you guys handing us $1 million.
And Emily was actually pregnant at the time and would not tell us.
It was a secret.
And so Jessie was drinking all of her beers, and I just kept asking. I was wondering why she was drinking them so fast, but then I realized that actually Jessie was the one drinking them, and she had actually been pregnant at the time and would not tell us. So, all right, let's bring Jessie and Maverick back on to finish this off. Hey guys, remember, if you have questions for Jessie and Emily and or Maverick, leave them in the comments. We're gonna answer them live. Jessie's gonna come on. We're gonna play some games, and you guys can have this pen, and you can have that pen.
Okay, here's some puffs in case he needs to be.
We're gonna have a puff count for Maverick. All right, here's the deal. We're going to ask these questions, and you have to write down the way you are going to answer them, and then the other person is going to have to guess what you wrote down. Again, if you guys have questions, leave them in the comments, and we will answer them at the end. Hey, first question.
So I'm answering for me or for him?
Answer for yourself.
Okay.
He's gonna have to guess, or she's gonna have to guess what that other person wrote down. One thing that you cannot live without. Personally, can't live without.
Oh, jeez. That's so tough, Jared.
Maverick, I thought I was starting out easy. I can go to the easier.
Yeah, go easier. So let's not start with that one. I don't have
easy,
that one.
All right, easier ones. Favorite movie. Favorite movie.
For her.
No, for you. Favorite movie for yourself.
Easy.
Other person has to guess.
Okay. Oh, there's two.
Well, I'll be the judge of this.
Okay.
Favorite movie for yourself.
She'll say one of these. All right.
Well, you gotta
show
me the one.
I gave two.
All right.
All right, here we go.
All right, Jessie, go. What's Emily's favorite movie?
Easy, Top Gun. We got Maverick
here.
She's obsessed with Top Gun. That was easy.
1 point
that
for
was easy.
Jessie. Your Jessie's favorite movie, Emily.
I would say Love Actually.
Yes.
Love Actually.
But what was that one on there too?
Any chick flick, really.
Yeah, I love Actually.
Hold on. Jessie loves chick flicks.
Yeah.
Please explain.
And I love Top Gun. It's weird, but it works.
We got puffs on the ground. There's
He
puffs everywhere.
he loves love. He's an emotional guy on the inside.
They're just so happy.
We are already learning things.
They have such a happy ending. And the second one had a Greatest Showman, so that's jumped in.
Well, that's recent, but like his whole life has been Love Actually.
Yeah,
all right, so thing we've learned already is Jessie loves romantic comedies. All right, favorite band. Write your favorite band. Other person has to guess.
Oh, well, that's Emily's tough.
You can write it on the same paper.
Emily's tough. She knows me.
I should have to eat these puffs.
All right. You have mine?
Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
Emily guessed Jessie's.
Mine's not really real. I'd say Dave Matthews.
Yes!
You guessed that?
Yeah.
She knows you so
well. I'm in the music videos.
Yeah.
Yes. So,
I mean, one time.
One time. So, I would go Eli Young Band.
Yeah, I was going to say Eli Young Band. I said Rascal Flats just because I was panicking.
All right, it's 0 for 1.
I don't really have like one.
All right, that's tough.
All right, back into the harder questions. One thing you can't live without.
Okay, this is gonna be I am Emily's
know
guess.
you here.
One thing I won't live without. Oh shoot.
Pretty simple.
Maverick is not allowed to be.
Yeah, I mean, I guess I would have just said Maverick, but.
Yeah. Okay. All right.
Interesting.
Mine's not serious.
I mean,
what do you think he said?
I mean, humor?
No,
you're so materialistic.
Yes, I said books.
Yeah.
I said books.
How many books do you read a week?
Oh gosh.
I read 2 books a week.
2.
100 books a year.
I could have said 2. I would answer.
All right, Emily.
She is not serious on this one.
Mine's just
Pure joke.
Well, so it's not family. It's not like, is it air or water?
Water.
All right, that's how ridiculous you would be.
I did not think that was gonna be. I did not think that was gonna be it. All right. Last question that I have personally. We got a couple questions here.
Okay.
If you had a full week to yourself, where would you go? What would you do? Personally, full week to yourself. Where would you go? What would you do?
Gosh, we've never even discussed that because
We are learning a lot
wouldn't be
today.
an option.
All right, I'll go with that.
So basic.
But all right, you want me to get crazier?
No.
All right, no.
That was your gut. That was your gut answer.
That was the first one that came to me. Maverick. Any questions for Maverick too? So he's
Yes,
been.
please ask questions.
Questions for Maverick.
Emily, if Jesse had a week, where would he go? What would he do?
Maybe his home and hang out with his dad.
Oh, that now makes me feel like a bad son now.
He said he'd go on a cruise.
Yeah, I said I'd go on a cruise.
Go with me. You wouldn't go on a cruise by yourself.
No, that's what I was thinking.
Clearly you would.
No, I wouldn't go on a cruise by myself. That was by myself.
Yes, I said by yourself.
Oh, see, I'm a bad listener, as Emily would tell you. I'm a tremendous.
All right, if Emily,
But that's a good balance by Maverick. Just noting.
if Emily had a week to herself, where would she go? What would she do?
See, she would go with family.
Yeah,
100%.
but I couldn't pick that, so I just tried to pick something else.
I don't know, like a mac and cheese bar.
Ooh, I'm changing my answer.
She said she'd go to Australia. So clearly these people want to go.
You've
tropical
never
places.
talked about Australia
I never
ever.
I could go by myself.
You've never ever talked about Australia.
Well, I will talk about it now.
Unbelievable.
We're learning so much today. All right, couple questions. Well, number one, Andrew Welsh says
Aw,
the
Andrew.
real MVP, EMVP.
Oh,
Cute.
yeah, I like
Shout
that.
out to Andrew. Who is Andrew?
One of our best friends.
Yes.
Amazing guy.
Well, we've also done. Remember, I gave out a trophy once, most valuable wife.
Yeah.
You didn't get it, but that was
Yeah.
before we were married.
Yeah.
So, but MVP, I like that.
I would be now.
Yeah.
We don't have a ton of time to get to all the questions, but we are going to. I think this is the best one. Hope Groover says, favorite Savannah memory thus far. I know there'll be many more to come, but one of y'all can start. Favorite Savannah memory thus far.
Em, you go.
I would say having all of our people to our house and going to the beach with them. It was a staff day.
I like that.
Because seeing our people out of their element, I mean, our group works insanely. I mean, during the summer, it's
that's fun.
100 hours. So to see them kick back and relax just truly brings me joy. I guess that's
fun.
cheesy, but
No, it's fun. It's tough. I would have said that when they all surprised us.
Yeah.
But second, when we tried to surprise them, and when we announced the whole staff was going on a cruise,
That's a good memory.
and then we told them that we were having a baby, and they all said, "We knew!" Like every single.
not know.
And Jared was the only one who didn't know.
You didn't know.
Everyone knew they had a gift for us, and they knew that we were already having the baby. So that was cool. But I mean, I'll never forget opening night here with the 4,000 fans staying. There's just so many memories.
Yeah.
But
That is a tough question.
yeah, it is a tough question.
Hope, thanks for that question.
Yeah.
This is it. This has been Bananas Unpeeled. This is Bananas Unpeeled live on Facebook. Thank you guys for watching so much. Maverick's hanging out with us. If you
Yes.
watch on YouTube, thank you for watching. And if you listen to the podcast, join us next week live on Mondays, on YouTube, and on podcast on Tuesdays. Thanks a bunch.
And next week, we got Tyler Gillum,
Next
head
week,
coach.
Tyler Gillum live.
Yes.
Have your questions, have your thoughts. We are talking all things baseball, Bananas Unpeeled. Later, guys.
Yeah.